Us more information about who Nicole AbiYah is. Nicole, welcome to the E Factor Show. Welcome to Radio Jamaica.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Thank you to the listeners and thank you for this opportunity. Actually, you just gave them my birth name.
Oh, it's your birth name because I'm looking at your information from your biography, and
Yes.
what? Correct me, please.
So my name, my artist name now is abiyahyisrael. So abiyahyisrael. I was
AbiYah,
birthed.
AbiYah Israel.
Yes, abiyahyisrael.
That's unique. Tell us how you came by that name, AbiYah. Why Israel?
Okay. Well, like you rightly said, I was birthed Nicole Christian into the Catholic arena, I would say. The Bible was always very present in my home. I was growing up in, but I've always been a very, curious individual. And it was only up until I got to university in Barbados, where I studied at UWI in Barbados. That's when I discovered certain truths and history of the or the royal history of our people. And I decided, you know what? I want to change my name. I have an opportunity to change my name. And in addition to that, I also rediscovered the fact that through the transatlantic slave trade, a lot of our people were named from the plantation owners. So a lot of these names, and through interbreeding as well. So a lot of our names, though we appreciate them, came from such a history where it was almost, enforced on us. So my family name is Christian. I was both Nicole Christian. Knowing this at university, I decided I want the opportunity to rename myself. I knew I wanted to do music. I also wanted a name that represented everything that I am, what makes me, my faith. So AbiYah means Yahweh is my father. It's actually Abba, Yahweh. Together, AbiYah, Yisrael. I believe we are descendants from that nation. So therefore, I came up with the name abiyahyisrael.
All right, interesting. It's a very interesting story there. So, while at university, you successfully completed a bachelor's degree in social work. Now, is there any connection between that, your social work career, and in terms of how your music comes across?
Of course, of course. I sing, lyrically. I sing for justice, peace, love, fire, against oppression. I sing for renewing of mind, and these are the things the social work field fights for as well. Justice, human rights, what is right, the existence to live as free and unharmed in a society, and fighting against oppression. So I am so blessed that I actually, I actually studied something that I can even express in my music. So I do work as a social worker, and it is so easy to even include this, knowing the situations that people in society are going through. It's so easy for me to now bring that across into my music.
All right, we're speaking to AbiYah Israel. And AbiYah, in 2023, you had an EP, African Renaissance. It's a reggae EP, right?
That is correct.
And also you have the correct me, Revolution Cadence Lips EP.
Yes.
All right, help me out here, help me out there, and describe. Tell me a little bit about those two body of works.
Okay. Well, okay. Since since becoming abiyahyisrael, and since 2020, actually, my husband and I, by the way, we were both studying together and both discovered these things about our people together. So we decided that we're gonna use music to re-educate people about everything, oppression and everything that I mentioned. So since 2020, COVID came, and my husband and I had the opportunity, in the midst of the chaos, to really come together and make music. So we produced 2 albums, and I should say that we live in the Commonwealth of Dominica. So I'm from Dominica. I currently reside there. That's where I was born. We are between 2 French islands, that's Martinique and Guadeloupe. So we're not in Dominica Republic, we are in Dominica. We live in Dominica, that's in the Caribbean as well. So we speak, being between 2 French islands, we speak a sort of Creole, Haitian Creole, if you are familiar with Creole. And our music, our local music, is called Kada Slipso. So that is, being birthed in Dominica, I do have that influence of producing, and we do have that influence of creating Kada Slipso music. So revolution means revolution. That is Creole. That is actually a second language that we speak in Dominica. And of course, I was raised with brothers, sisters, my mom, who played reggae music nonstop in our home. Marcia Griffith, Bob Marley, of course. I can name a string of them. Third Worlds. I can name so many of the great legends. And that's how I ended up doing now both reggae and Kada Slipso.
Wonderful. So you were influenced by what you would call the foundation of reggae music. That's your influence.
That is for sure. That is correct.
All right. So the song that I'm about to play now, to allow the listeners to hear, your style of music, which is reggae music, is it influenced in any way by Marcia Griffiths or Third World? Because those are the people who you grew up. Their music is what you grew up listening to.
That's right. And even Colin Davis. At some point, I think I didn't speak about that enough. At some point, when Colin Davis flew to Dominica for a gospel event, I also raised up, in the whole gospel arena. I was one of the backing vocalists for Colin Davis.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I do have. Imagine all these influences coming together, and I hope when your audience hears the song that they fall in love with it.
All right, so let's play one of your songs. It's called Trotting Home. abiyahyisrael.
This is 94.5 FM.
Yeshua, make the blind man see everything that's wrong. Make the dumb man talk and run on Babylon. Make the lame man walk, trotting home to Mount Zion. Yeshua, make the blind man see everything that's wrong. Make the dumb man talk and run on Babylon. Make the lame man walk, trotting home to Mount Zion. Crying tears for tomorrow, for the times that are coming will not be easy. Will they eat the bread of sorrow? A generation that know not the Creator. Crying tears for tomorrow, all I see is wars, plague and disasters. I'm crying tears for tomorrow. Yeshua, make the blind man see everything that's wrong. Make the dumb man talk and run on Babylon.
abiyahyisrael. It's called Trotting Home, and we're speaking to her now. So, AbiYah, tell me, what's the response? What kind of response are you getting to this song in terms of success in regards of your musical career? Tell us a little bit about that, and then tell us where we can find you on social media, so those who are interested interested in your sound can check you out and access more of your music?
Okay, yes. Well, this song, Trotting Home, is a part of a project headed by Mashah, Yasharahla, out of Jamaica. And I was so happy to be a part of this project. There are about three. He has a song on this project as well. It's called the Lost Sheep Project. And this is my song, Trotting Home. And it's going to be officially released on all platforms in June. So we look forward to everybody, logging in and watching and listening to see the release that they themselves can enjoy. So this, with my music career, think about it, I'm in Dominica and now I'm on a project with Mashah Yasharahla out of Jamaica. Like I said, since COVID-19, my husband and I decided, let us do this music business seriously. Since then, I released Herb Tree, actually, which was featured on BBC One Extra, Shawnee B's show. And that is where, Shawnee B, actually his team was looking for new artists across the globe. And that's where they discovered me since 2020, with my track called Herb Tree. And since then, I've just been, receiving, I guess the journey has been opening wider and wider. I just last 2 weeks ago performed on one of the second largest festivals in my country called Jazz and Creole Festival. I was a part of that. Last weekend, I performed that in Matnik, Mashah Rasta, and globally, my music has been recognized, and I do try my best to express that quite a bit on my social media platform. So I believe since African Renaissance was released, Wake Up was actually #2 in August of 2023, and that was in New Zealand. Yeah, Switzerland, yes. So that was #2 in Switzerland, a song called Wake Up. And actually I have a music video right now on my YouTube. Please, guys, go watch it. It is a lovely video. Look for AbiYah 7, AbiYah, the number 7, and look for the song called Wake Up, newly released music video. So I've just been really trusting in the Most High Yahweh for helping me. I feel like the music that I have to do, the reggae music that I have to do, is one of positivity, and it's one of upliftment and enlightenment as well. So I just pray that eventually the entire world, everyone who has ears to hear, will hear the work that I have. And I just thank the Most High Yah for the opportunities he has given me thus far, and even being on your radio station. I thank him for that. So if you guys want to keep on track with the journey, please go to visit my website, abiyah7.com, AbiYah7, that is the number 7.com. And of course, you can find me on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, X, formerly known as Twitter, as abiyahyisrael. So this is how my name is pronounced, abiyahyisrael.
All right. Thank you very much, abiyahyisrael, for that. I hope I got the pronunciation correct this time. You're laughing at me. It's a unique name, and it's interesting. Also interesting the story behind how that name came about. But hey, thank you for speaking with us, and we wish you all the best with your music going forward, and a whole lot of success. It's a refreshing and nice sound, I must say.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Thank you, listeners, for listening. Thank you, Radio Jamaica.
All right, AbiYah, thank you very much for being a part of the E Factor show.